Hey guys, ClimaxCombo here again. I'm Checkers,
And let's just good.
and we are at the end of the Kobayashi leaks. At the time of this recording, the set is already out, and I actually have already been playing with some of the cards. But we're gonna kind of go over some of the last remaining cards that were leaked, not in any particular order, because we are also going to be talking about other noteworthy cards in the set that were not shown for card of the day. And some pretty cool stuff. Gonna start with a couple cards from the TD Plus that are pretty noteworthy. First off, this level one Toru. It's 4,500 power. During your turn, if all of your characters are human or dragon, this gets 2k power. And she climax combos with a choice. When she reverses a character, you can look at the top 4 cards of your library and choose either a human or dragon character, add it to your hand, and then you can give one of your other characters plus 2k power. So this combo is pretty good and debatably one of the best, if not the best, level 1 combo for the set. It's 6-5, 7-500 power with the combo. To reverse something, which isn't that low. It's pretty. It's not terrible, and the fact that you can also pump something after you combo, making it possible to wipe their whole board at the same time, looking through 4 cards. It's just a very solid level 1 combo, and the TD actually does give you 4 copies of it, so pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all right. It just kind of sucks. This is the best yellow option, but it's playable. But um, definitely, definitely kind of sad. Ah, mm, eh, I don't know. It's okay. It's playable.
Yeah, there's nothing too crazy.
Mhm.
And next up we have this green 2/1 Elma. 7k power base. When she's played on stage, she gets plus X power, where X is equal to your human or dragon characters times 1k. So essentially, if you have a full field before you play her, she'll be 12k. And her other effect is when she reverses something, you can send that to memory. This card's pretty nice to have. It's one cost, a 12k is a good number for reversing certain cards like level 3s, and uh the memory sending to memory on reverse is especially why you want to run it. It's just like an anti-encore card. Get rid of anything that's kind of sticky. It's pretty useful to have a one of, I think.
Mhm. All right. So from here on, we're just gonna go through each color and just talk about a couple cards that we think stick out. So first up, we got this uncommon 1 Toru. 2k power, 3 effects. Continuous if you have the double R Kobayashi, Brainstorm, she gets plus 2k, so she's 4k base. Second effect, when it attacks, you choose one of your other characters, and until the end of your opponent's next turn, it gains plus 1500 power and it gains hexproof. And lastly, it resonates with the 0 Kobayashi Brainstorm. At the start of your climax phase, you can show the 0 Kobayashi. If you do, draw ditch. Honestly, this card is really cool, especially for an uncommon. 4k base is not the greatest, but it's not the worst. But honestly, she's just mainly here for that second effect. On attack, you pump something 15 and you give it hexproof, which is actually crazy dope. Use it on your early drops and you don't have to worry about backups anymore. And it resonates with a really good card that you're going to be running in almost all the Kobayashi builds, or and definitely in yellow. So it kind of has no downside. And the second effect you can use even without the resonating ability. So overall, definitely a really cool tech to have if you're running yellow, because giving something 1500 and hexproof is kind of wild.
Super dope.
Great card. Next up, we got this common Kana 2/1, 5k, 2 effects. When it's played from hand to stage, you have 5 or less stock, you can mill 2. If there's a climax amongst them, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck, and your opponent chooses one character or event amongst them, and you add it to your hand and you send the rest to waiting room. And her second effect is as a stock Adachi. When you battle opponent's character and it's higher level than them, you send that character to stock, and if you do, bottom stock out for them. Um, Honestly, I think it's a really cool card. Being a stock Adachi by itself makes it good, but the chance of it having to plus you as you play this card is also really good. I think if you have 5 or less stock, potential +1, your opponent chooses, but a +1 is a +1 nonetheless. So pretty good in my opinion. And lastly, we got this event, 3-2 event. It's pretty cool. It's a stock swap event for your opponent, and then you get to salvage a character. Pretty good. I mean, you get to stock swap for just 2 stock as opposed to the standard character one, which is pay 3, and you get a salvage out of it. So it's really nice. It's an event, so there's that. But Kobayashi has a bunch of kind of little event synergies like the 00 Lukua double R, and it's level 3, so you'll have a lot of time throughout the game to grab it. So I think this card's really good. Anything you want to add to those?
Uh, yeah, the event. It's really nice not having to use a character slot up. Like you can grab something else that you need, like another game ender, or from your waiting room. Yeah, that event is super cool. That's all I got.
Very nice, very nice.
And next up, we're going to talk about some of the defensive backup options that Kobayashi has in the whole set. So first off, they were given Sheena, this 2-1 backup Kobayashi 2500 power backup. When you use it, you can pay 2 to shuffle all the cards from your waiting room into your deck. Great defensive option. Can get you out of some interesting situations. It's just a super great card. Super good defensive backup. And another option they did get is a 3-2 event, also green. When you use it, it's 1500 power backup, and if you have 5 or more, like a full field of human or dragon characters, you choose one of your opponent's characters, or actually you can choose any battling character, and that character cannot deal damage to players. So another historically good backup option. Having a full field is a little difficult, so there are ways that your opponent can play around that backup, and I think that's mostly why the Sheena is adopted a lot more often. And
Definitely, and a character so you can salvage it and whatnot.
yeah, it's really solid. And then another backup they do have is 3K backup, send to memory. So a lot of good stuff, honestly.
And I guess for green, there's kind of just one interesting card we think that shows up that hasn't already been leaked, and that's not one of the backups we mentioned. It's the 00 Fakun, 1K power. So it's a pay 1, rest 2 brainstorm. Unfortunately, you mill top 4 every climax you hit, you search. But the other effect is where this card becomes interesting. It's a continuous ability, it's an assist. So all the characters in front of this card gain the following effect, and it is the character across from this card cannot move to another slot. This Fafkun, I think, or we think, is really cool. It's got good utility as a brainstorm, but also that other continuous effect is really nice. At level 0, it can stop runners, and it's just kind of annoying for your opponent the entire game. If they accidentally put something in front of one of your characters, they can't move it. A lot of people kind of forget that because it is a very uncommon effect to have continuously all the time. But also, if you are planning to side attack, so you're siding attacking a stronger character, of course, next turn on your opponent's turn, that character is forced to just attack one of your weaker characters. So you could kind of keep a really strong character on your opponent's field stuck in that slot if you just constantly keep side attacking it. Of course, not always the best option, but we know, Kobayashi's got some cool soul manipulation with the 2-1 Toru. And of course, just using normal stock soul and whatnot, or climaxes to pump soul. And they have a couple cards that get past, like, I think they have a card that gets past the side attack penalty. Am I right, Checkers?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got other stuff like that. They got that weird 00 Lukua that kind of side attacks for free. So there's some interesting cards, things with this. I don't think you need to run all that fancy stuff. Just use this as a couple 2 to 3 of side attack, keep an opponent's card there, and yeah, I think it's really cool.
All right, and moving on to red, we have this common 2/1 Kana. When you play her, you can discard a card to search for that red 3/0 event that resonates with the same climax with for the level 3. And her other effect is a climax phase change. You can pay 1, discard 2 characters, return her to your hand, and you can play the R 3/2 Kana from your waiting room. And the crazy thing about this change is that the 2/1 also gives that Kana hexproof the turn that she's brought out, which is insanely good for that level 3 Kana because she already has hand encore. This essentially guarantees that she will be sticking around to the next turn. -1 soul in front, slightly big body. It's a pretty good level 3. So the fact that it got this changer to come out early is super great for it. That
Honestly,
yeah,
thank God.
it was like,
Without it, it'd be unplayable.
I mean, almost now it's unplayable.
Yeah, we've been testing the deck out. Not as nice as we were hoping it to be, but definitely this change makes that deck a lot better.
It makes that possible.
Yeah, it makes the level 2 game pretty decent, but the level 3 game is a bit sketch.
Yeah. And
But
it does
overall,
not help that. I mean, this card, you need to ditch so much
I
to
know
get
it's
it
like,
out. It's like, yeah, you can play another one, but you're really eating away your hand. So even once you hit level 3, you're not really ready to kind of use that event.
yeah, you're not ready to pop off for sure.
But nonetheless, pretty cool when you do pull this off.
Yeah, nonetheless, definitely a staple in that deck. It's nice it goes back to your hand too. So the ditch 2 for the cost is not as painful as you think since you get this Kana back.
Mm.
And the card you get from the is you summon the Kana from the waiting room. So if you have a level 3 Kana on hand, you could just discard it and it comes out. So it's not as painful as you think, but it is still painful.
And then next up, we have Light Force Sword.
Ooh.
Common 2/1 Kana. When you play her, you randomly choose a card from your opponent's hand. They reveal it and send that card to memory. And at the end of your opponent's next turn, they get it back.
We're becoming Yu-Gi-Oh now.
Yep. It's crazy. You
Imagine playing 4? That's 4 cards gone from their hand.
Oh. Yeah.
And then you kill them.
Mhm.
And then they're stuck. They're screwed next turn. That's like one turn where they can't play the game.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about the potential.
Uh
You're not gonna kill anything, but you'll screw them over.
I'll be devil's advocate, I guess. That shit's 5/5.
I
You're
know.
not gonna kill anything. You delay them, but arguably you're also delaying yourself from accomplishing much.
Okay, so my vision is you run it with the spammable plus brainstorm.
Mhm.
You run a whole bunch of stock souls. Okay, so you just gain a shitload of stock. You play the 4 kanas. You life force sort their hand,
Mhm.
and then you just play over them with big body characters, and then you kill them. And then you're gonna have all the hand size to do so because of the spammable plus kana, and you're gonna have a lot of stock because you're running stock soul.
Mm.
Ambitious? Yes.
Mhm.
Tight? I think so.
Mhm.
Nonetheless, a very interesting card.
Mhm.
If it had a little more power or a second effect,
It'd be crazy, crazy, bro.
yeah, I think this card would be too broken. So Bushi definitely
Instant ban.
balanced it out. They're testing the waters with this card for sure. Hey man, who knows? Maybe Kobayashi will have an OTK deck like
Oh
Love
shit.
Live. What if they have something? What if the community finds out something weird?
That'll be
Who knows,
tight.
right? Because they got a lot of saucy cards.
Mhm.
But yeah, really cool. I think it's hilarious.
And lastly, for blue, the 0/0 Elma, uncommon. When you play her on stage, you can mill 2 cards on the top of your deck. if there are climaxes within those 2 cards, you can pay 1 to look at up to an additional 4 cards of your deck. Choose a human or dragon or crazy Elma blue 1 event from among them and add it to your hand. Send the Western Waiting Room, also 2500 base. This level 0 is actually really good, I think, in comparison to a lot of the options available. This potentially, well, first of all, you get to mill 2, which is fine. It's if you happen to hit a climax, you get to pay 1 plus and mill an additional 4. It going through 6 cards, it's not even like super weak of a card. This card is really good, I think, and I'm
I
loving using it.
agree. Yeah, there's no like, some cards like this is like, oh, choose a level 1 or higher. You could grab any
Mm-hmm.
character. This card is insane.
Mm-hmm.
OD.
Mm-mm. And we also have a common level 0 Shota. When he's played on stage, you can look at the top card of your deck and either leave it there or put it to the bottom of your deck. And he also has a brainstorm. Pay 1, rest him. Look at the top 4 cards, and for every climax, you perform the following effect. For each climax, look at up to the top 3 cards of your library and add 1 to your hand and send the rest to waiting room. So this level 0 is also crazy good. It's a plus brainstorm. You only have to rest him, and the combo, I mean, the brainstorm itself lets you mill through a lot of cards potentially. So hitting even 1 climax, that's 7 cards, and you can grab anything. You can even grab climaxes or events. It's very good for the set overall, I think. Not much can grab climaxes, especially. So I think this, and you get a top check when you play him, so you are potentially looking through 5 cards for a climax. It's just a really good card, and it has other uses as well. I mean, top checking for the Kana event. It's just this is a great brainstorm option.
Hmm. I know you've been using it in your Kana build, and
Mm-hmm.
super nice because it synergizes with the event, like he just said, and you can even grab more events or grab the climax which you need to resonate. So, kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's so good for that build.
Yeah, it's a good brainstorm, but especially in the Kana build, it's even that much better. So, really dope. I'm excited. And next up, we're just going to talk about 2 builds, the Lukua build and the Elma build. So first off, for the Lukua build, we're just going to go over like the key cards in this build. So first off, of course, we got the 3/2 Lukua, 2 effects. When it's placed from pan to stage or by the effect of the 2/1 Shota, you can heal 1. Climax combo with pants. When she reverses an opponent's character by battle, you can pay 2, ditch 1. If you do, mill bottom 5 cards of your opponent's deck, choose up to 2 climaxes amongst them, and send it to clock. And the rest go to waiting room. I guess first we'll go over the Shota. So the 2/1 Shota that I can bring it out early is this one right here, 5k base. It's a level assist in front and combos with the same pants. When you play the pants, you can pay 1, ditch 2. If you do search for the level 3 Lukua and place it onto any stage, and then shuffle your deck afterwards. And lastly, we want to mention this other card because it has really good synergy with the 2. There's 2/1 Lukua and Shota. 5/5 power, 2 effects, continuous during your turn. If you have another 3/2 Lukua in your front row, and you have that 2/1 Shota in your back row, she gets plus 8k. And her other effect is when this card's battle. Oh, I'm sorry, when this card reverses an opponent character by battle, if you have 2 or more characters, search your deck for a character, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So, I mean, first of all, this level 3 Lukua, I mean, let's be honest, it's not the greatest card. She heals on play, which is nice. Her combo is pretty interesting, but she does have to kill something to get the effect off. And unfortunately, she herself is only 10k base, 11k with the combo. And so it's not that strong. And of course, If you do kill something, you get paid to ditch 1, and if you don't hit any climaxes, then you cry. So, not the greatest combo, but it's still a potential build, so we thought we'd mention it. Of course, the Shota can't bring it out early, and it's a level assist, so it will make her at least 11.5. And you can use the combo when you bring her out early, since her effect is on reverse, and the Shota's effect is when you pay the when you play the pants. But this is going to cost you a whole lot of hand size because the Shota has to ditch 2, the level 3 Lukoa has to ditch 1, and you have to play the climax. So that's 4 cards out of your hand. In total, though, this whole combo does require 4 stock, but that's not too bad technically because two of the 4 you can get with the level 3 Lukoa. Since hers is on reverse, you can attack with the other 2 characters first, make her combo a little lighter. Um, Still not the greatest target to bring out early, and not the best reward when you do get it off early. But the level 2 Lukoa, I do think makes this whole thing a lot better because the 2-1 Lukoa, and when you do have the setup, she's what, 13.5 base, and what the level says, she's 14.5 base, and every time you kill something, you search for a character for free, and this works during your opponent's turn too. So if they can't kill it and they ram into it, then you get to search again. So the 2-1 Lukoa definitely balances this build out, I think, because it's gonna be the card that's refueling your hand. So not the greatest build, I think, but I think it's fun. Um, but honestly, I'm more excited for this 2-1 Lukoa. That's the actual level 3 Lukoa. It's this 2-1 is kind of crazy, honestly. 14.5 with the level 2 Shota? Like, what do you do? They crash into it and then you just keep plussing. It's crazy. But yeah, very fitting combo though. I think it's cool. Shota, and then you use that. Pants is the art where he summons her, and then boom, Lukoa comes out. I think it's cool. Yeah, it's definitely very flavorful. What do you think about this, Checkers?
The same.
Yeah, we'll see if we'll mess around with it, but
Mhm.
we can already kind of see where this it's not going to be that great.
Yeah.
You use an anti-backup against this 3-2 Lukoa, then you just cry. It doesn't get half hexproof, and then your 2-1 Lukoa is super weak because you have to commit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little too late if you do this whole thing at level 3, but it's cool. We appreciate the attempt from Bushi.
Mm-hmm. All right. And now for my favorite build in the whole set.
The whole set.
All
right.
Gonna start with the level 3 Elma. So it's level 3 Elma. If you have 4 or more other human or dragon characters, for each marker underneath this card, all of these level 3 Elmas on your stage get plus 1k power. Her other effect is when she's played on stage, you can discard a card to either salvage 2 of the 1-0 event that can be used as a marker, or stock heal. And then lastly, she has a climax combo with the pants. On attack, burn 1. Pretty crazy. Next, I'll go over that 1-0 event that works with this level 3. You can play up to 8 copies of this event in your deck. You can't play it unless you have an Elma on your stage. And when you do use this event, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a human or dragon character or the same 1-0 event, you can add it to your hand. And then you can place this event underneath the 3-2 Elma or a level 1 Elma face up as a marker. And I'll go over that level 1 Elma now. It gets 500 power for every marker underneath it, 4,500 base. When she's played on stage, you can reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a human or dragon character or that same 1-0 event, add it to hand, discard a card. And at the start of your climax phase, if she's in the back row, then all the markers get sent to the waiting room. And one more important card to this whole weird event engine. This level 1 Elma, 4k power. During your turn, she gets plus 2k power, making her 6k. Climax combos with book, the best climax trigger.
OP.
When she reverses an opponent, and you have another human or dragon character, you can either choose one character from your waiting room, add it to your hand, or you can pay 1 to salvage 2 of that 1/0 event. So pretty sick and broken event engine here. This event is crazy. This level 3 Elma is super good. But in all seriousness, it's pretty funny. I don't think it's probably not good, but getting 8 markers underneath your Elmas level 3, you got a full field of 18k. No, 17.5k level 3s, dude. What are you gonna do? That's crazy. They're done.
To be fair, that combo is actually pretty strong too.
Yeah,
Just pink
burn
one.
1. Costless. Pants? Oh my god. It's stock heals. You can fill up your hand with the event. It's pretty cool on paper. But the wackest part is the fact that you have to fill your deck up with 8 of these events.
Would you run 8? Would you consider like
I'm
5?
gonna try 8.
Really?
Maybe.
What? Mm-hmm.
Well, what can I put in instead?
I mean, if you really want to get sweaty, what if you just kind of make it normal, but you just run like 3 of these events with the 3/2 Elma? Or 4? Just run like a normal build, but just change the level 3 lineup and then add a couple of these events. Because the 1/0 and the book combo is
It's
okay. The
awful.
book combo is okay.
It's
The
terrible.
1/0 is stupid.
Yeah, the 1/0 sucks. But
Yeah, why is she 4/5 base? It should have been like 5/5 base, or she get 1,000 power for each marker.
oh yeah, at most she's gonna be 8/5 with all 8. That's never gonna happen. But I think what is cool about that is that you kind of set up for compression. Like you want to
Yeah.
play her when you're gonna refresh, so that way you can put as many of the events underneath. You can get pretty fucking compressed right there, and I think that's pretty cool.
Is that worth though?
I don't know. That's what I want to find out.
Oh, okay. We'll find out.
Yeah.
It's just missing a little extra juice for it to be super legit. But I do think that level 3 Elma is definitely a better deck than the level 3 Lukua.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty funny.
Yeah. I like it. I want to mess with it.
So that's all the cards for this set, guys. Overall, I think the set is. I think it's good, but I don't think it's gonna be like meta changing or super strong.
Yeah.
I think we can both agree the yellow build with the 3/2 Toru that combos with the choice with the 3/2 Toru and Kobayashi is probably the best build.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you want to do this? Sorry. Something like this?
Yeah.
Okay. So we probably think some kind of yellow variant is going to be the strongest build. I mean, yellow has a lot of really strong cards. So I think that one is pretty clear to be the top contender for the best build in this set. After that, probably Kana, right?
Yeah. That's like the only other potentially viable, even to consider.
Yeah, and just because Kana is like second place, the gap between the choice build and the Kana build is pretty big. Like
Yeah.
just because we think she's second place, I don't think it comes close.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think after that, Checkers?
Probably the level 0 Idadu combo and the level 3 Fafnir combo.
Really?
Maybe.
I thought it was gonna be Elma, but now that you mentioned that, I think you're right.
Dude, that build's kind of cool.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I
Oh,
don't
okay.
want to run the boy. You do though.
All right, I'll give that deck a shot. But okay, no, fair enough. After you mentioned that, yeah, that's actually a pretty cool build.
Yeah, honestly, these last couple builds are really like,
We're just kind of throwing them out there, but
yeah.
definitely just something to play with your friends or like a budget deck.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Elma,
Yeah, probably Elma and Lukua.
and then at bottom place, Idiru.
Oh. Ah.
Is Idiru better than Lukoa?
Oh
The combo
man.
is actually scarier than Lukoa's.
It kind of is. It's actually a finish, but I guess you could run like a standard uh build like earlier and just have the level 3 Idadu. You could do 8 gold bar Idadu.
Honestly, that's why I see the Idiru deck going 8 gold
Yeah.
bar.
That one, yeah, I think it might be better than Luca as well. I mean that Luca is too wombo combo, too all in.
Yeah, and at level 3, it's so weak.
Hmm.
It's not like the Leonid one. Yeah, so yeah. So I guess that's how we would rank it, huh?
Yeah,
Mm.
for like sample builds. I know. I mean, I've seen some builds with like the level 2 stock soul, level 1 and a level 1 combo. It's just there's still a lot of stuff. But
Mhm. Agreed. Oh, no, sorry, top tier build, Life Force Sword, kinda.
Max Disruption. Level
Yep,
1 Kana, Light Force Sword, the Fafnir that stops them from running. You just max degenerate build.
max degen build. We're
Uh-huh.
calling it now.
That's the best one.
Yes.
Alright,
But
guys.
that's it for this video, guys.
Mm-hmm.
A little different. If you guys like the last week to be like this, let us know. Because, we were kind of thinking the last week, there's really no point going over it because by the time it's shown, the whole list is out and you guys already know what's up. And we give our little takes on our first thoughts on the entire set as a whole. So,
Mm-hmm. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you guys next time.
peace.